Your grandmother sent
Hey,
me.
hey, what's going on, everybody? How you
Hi.
doing?
Hi.
Yes, it's the Music Industry Makeover with yours truly, DJ Ronnie Ron, Miss Alicia, Queen OG, and D-Ray, the producers in the house. What's going on, guys?
What the deal? What's the deal?
Groovy. Everything is groovy. How are you?
Oh, can't complain. God is good. Yes, hey, just making it do what it do and making quiet moves. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
That's what
that's
it
how we
is.
do. Oh yeah. Hey, and again, you know how we do. Hey, this is the Music Industry Makeover podcast up under the umbrella of the Music Industry Network. So if you'd like to go and check us out, go to the website musicindustrymakeover.com. We'd love to connect with you out there and everything else that you got going on. Hey, you know, if you're in the music industry, this is what we do. All right, we want to have different ones out there to push and things. So hey Mary, how you doing? Welcome. All right, and also the Facebook user as well. I think that might be Carlos or whoever, but thank y'all so much. All right, I want to give way to our advertisers and sponsors. Okay, if you are interested in advertising, because we are an advertising and promotions company, feel free to get in contact with us. We would love to help push whatever it is your brand. If you're an author, entrepreneur, or whatever have you. Hey, and even if you want to even do a podcast, we're starting to produce podcasts now. So feel free to definitely get in contact with us because this is what we do. Hey, you all stay tuned. We'll be back with more. All right, so just don't go nowhere. Yep. Man, I don't care what kind of event it is. As long as Black Yourself is in the building, the food is going to be right. That's what I'm talking about. Order yours today.
They said I wouldn't make it. They said I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't amount to anything, anything, anything. So no matter what people say, gonna love you anyway. And I shall live and not die, die, die. I'm gonna live my life abundantly and I'll fulfill.
All right. Yes, definitely. Want to thank our advertisers and sponsors. And also, hey, I want to welcome one of our new advertisers. Okay, Mr. Howard Martell. Hey, now y'all check this out. My man got some CBD coffee. All right, all you coffee drinkers out there. Word. Yes. Hey, but that's just one product that he has. He's like a walking Amazon. Hey, go check it out. All right. Matter of fact, hey, here's his other spot right here, man. Genicity Global Superstore. Check it out, man. There's the coffee and some other things, as well as this. If you have a home, okay, man, this could help save on your electricity right here. Gen Energy. Okay, hey, man, I'm telling you, go check it out. Go to the website, all right? Hey, just go to howardsuperstore.com, howardsuperstore.com. Check it out. Hey, it's some great products up in there. So, hey, but man, when he showed me that CBD coffee, I'm like, man, but everything gonna have weed up in it, man. I'm like, shoot, we gonna get high with everything.
I was like, wait a minute, really? It's like, oh, okay. Perhaps we should just try that for medicinal purposes.
Yeah, medicinal purposes. Yeah. Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
that why we all do it?
Hey, well, you know, it is natural. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Hey, D-Ray, go ahead and tell us, man, what's going on with D-Ray, the producer.
Oh, man, we got some great stuff coming up. We have a new release. I don't want to tell you all about it yet, but it is pertaining to something that's going on in the world. We'll be shooting a music video for that in the next week or so. I'm very excited about that release. Also, I have a surprise release that's coming out on Mother's Day that'll be exclusively on YouTube.
All right.
So, and it'll live on YouTube for about a week. So follow me. There's my link tree, D-Ray the producer. Subscribe, like, follow our YouTube page so you can check it out. Special Mother's Day tribute.
Beautiful.
And, keeping it moving.
All right, awesome. Miss Alicia, Queen OG of gospel, hip hop, Christian rap, CHH, whatever you want to call it. Right, unleashmarketing.org. Talk to us.
Yeah, well, I'm doing my digital media marketing thing. So that is a 24/7 event. So if you are an indie artist or a small business or a medium-sized business or a large business, whatever, and looking for digital media marketing services, I am definitely your girl. You can hit me up in my email, that's unleashedsmm@gmail.com. You can also reach out to me on any one of my social media platforms. My Instagram is unleashed_media_marketing, or you can hit me up right here on Facebook. That's more Alicia backwards. Also, I've got a few things in the works with my super sister friend, Kim Pratt. I know you all are familiar with Kim Pratt, who's also
Yeah.
an amazing, dynamic CHH artist herself in her own right. So her and I are working on a few things that's underground for the moment. So we'll drop that on the public here in a few weeks or so. Also, I did a wonderful interview with her, a two-part interview. The first part just aired, I think, last week, because she has a television show called The Kim Pratt Show, and she's got like 7 radio stations. So she's amazing. So the first part of that interview dropped last week, and then the second part will be coming out here shortly. So stay tuned. There's much more CHH music coming from me, as well as digital media marketing services.
Beautiful, awesome. Yeah, I can't
Oh.
wait. Can't wait till y'all collaborate. Yeah, go ahead, man.
That's all kinds of dope right there.
Yeah, for real, definitely. Yeah, because she's the legend as well too. Kim Pratt, formerly Kiwi. So back in the day.
She's my little sister. Well, you know what? We should have her and I on one time.
Yeah,
but,
let's
we
make
can
it
talk
happen.
about that. Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's my little sister, and I treat her as such. So she'll tell you.
Awesome. Yes, well, definitely. Again, we definitely want to honor those who've been putting it down. We're supposed to have a guest on a couple of them, but hey, it is what it is. Hey, I just learn how to pivot. But again, this is the Music Industry Makeover. You all know what we do, and again, we talk about giving tips, marketing, promotions, and try to give some tips on the music industry. And I know there was one thing I saw the other week. So actually, last week, an artist was on social media telling people to go and request his song, call up the radio station and go in and request his song to be played. And I'm like, I started laughing, but I'm trying to be more sympathetic towards things, but he's basically trying to bring up a 30-year routine that don't even really exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Well,
Hey.
I got to push back.
Hey, King, what's up? Yeah, go ahead, push back.
What's going on, King? There are some radio stations, there are some internet radio stations that when you pay for marketing and promotions, part of that is they want you to galvanize your fan base, and they want that fan base They want that fan base to contact the radio station to request whatever song it is being promoted. So while it can be argued that the practice is a little antiquated, it's not necessarily all the way abandoned, simply because, especially with gospel music is generally the last genre that will upgrade into something else. I remember, all of us are just about the same age. I remember being in, I think it was my first or second year of college. So this would have been 92, 93. I remember going to a concert, independent concert or whatever. I remember this old guy got there and he was handing out 45s. And we're in the CD age, and this guy was out here handing out 45s. It's like, dude, people don't even have record players anymore. You know what I mean? I applaud your effort, but we're in CDs now. Fast forward 20, 30 years later, we are in the digital age. We are in the age where artists can absolutely avoid radio altogether. If you have a strong social media presence, strong social media campaign, you don't even necessarily need radio. And so you definitely don't need to be requesting it.
Don't say that, because radio folks get highly offended when
Uh,
people say that.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Wake up
You know
and smell
what?
the coffee.
Well, exactly. Smell some of that
CBD. Yeah.
CBD coffee. No, but I will go back to this though. If you've done your marketing analysis and you've done your audience analysis and you know where your audience is, then make your decision there on whether or not radio is for you. Because if you have an audience that's mid 40s, mid 50s, African American, they actually still might listen to radio, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a target audience that's 20, 25, they're not listening to radio.
Or
They're watching, they're watching TikTok and they're watching YouTube.
Yeah,
I can prove that's just facts.
that's period.
And so I don't care what kind of money you got. I don't care what kind of promises people make to you. Know your target audience. Know where you're spending your money, and it is what it is as far as radio requests. I know I would love to go back in the day where we would call up a radio station and they actually play the record that you wanted them to play.
True
that. But that day is kind of. That game is almost over.
And that's why I was going to push back on that. The fact is, the word voice track, or two words, voice track. A lot of today's radio announcers or shows or DJs that you hear, they voice track, which means pre-recorded.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Breakfast Club. Okay. They do the show the day before. Okay. I mean, just the way how technology is so great.
They do that the day before, so just so that Charlemagne don't get beat up on live TV or live radio.
Right.
They can edit him running out of the studio. They can edit that part out.
But the whole point is technology is changing the game, and if you're trying to do something that was done way back when, you're going to be lost. Okay, but D-Ray, again, you made a great point about that, to where, again, know your audience, know your market, what you're trying to do.
I got a question. Alicia, do you miss going on radio tours? Back in the day when you did, when for those of you who don't know, Alicia was one half of A1 Swift, one of the pioneers of Christian hip hop. Do you miss radio tours?
No, because the radio stations are online now. So, I don't, it's not necessary to tour because, they're usually hitting me up in the DMs. And so we're making it happen that way. So, but no, not necessarily miss radio tours, but like you said, I mean, technology has just taken over. So the on the ground boot work that we used to have to do, it's just not a part of the game anymore.
I'm gonna push back, Mr. Facebook user, whoever this is.
Yeah,
the radio spins bring in BMI ASCAP money. Do you know, whoever you are, that there are at least 15 gospel internet radio stations that report to BDS and report to ASCAP and BMI?
Correct.
So that theoretically, if you strategically put your money on all of them, there's a possibility that you can not only chart, but still get your BMI money without even having to go to traditional radio.
Right. And you can also go online and pull up a list of which stations those are and send your music directly to those stations.
There you go. Awesome. Hey, real quick, want to welcome King. Hey, man, how you doing there, sir?
God bless. How's everyone doing? What's going
on? Wonderful.
Hey, that's the future dude right there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's that future billionaire in the house right there.
All right. Yeah, he said our station being one. Well, hey, man, we'll get back to you, though, Mr. Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but hey, man, thank y'all so much. Hey, I'm glad to see that your eye is doing better, too, King, man.
Hey, you see, I got the glasses. I got up to Eric Dickinson, so, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Trying to do well.
Well, hey, look, I want to switch gears, y'all, because we're going to come back to that, man. I want to bring a young man that's doing it, man, that's making waves in Christian hip-hop and owns radio stations. And awesome brother, man, Mr. Jay Williams is doing some great things, and he's the visionary for the Gospel Hip Hop Awards coming up in Atlanta, May 21st 21st through the 22nd, right?
Ron, this is the dude I need to hit up for tickets. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, man. Hit him up. Hey, yeah, man.
We'll talk
Man,
about that
cash
offline.
app him.
No, I ain't say cash app him.
Well, you said hit him up.
We'll talk about that later. That's inside business.
What's going on, Jay? How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Hey, great, man. Hey, man. Hey, welcome to the show, Music Industry Makeover. Man, we have Miss Alicia. I'm sure you've heard of Miss Alicia, A1 Swift, Queen OG and gospel hip hop. And yes, D-Ray, the producer, and my man King David, the producer, as well as wait a minute. I think you rap too, don't you? No.
I do some of everything, you know.
All right. But man, welcome, brother. Welcome to the show, sir. Man, I wanted to bring you on because man, you stepped out the box, man, with advertising and promoting, and I commend you for that. And you went and got a billboard down there. Again, those billboards that you see on the highway. All right, man. Hey, man, look, hey, I commend you for that, man. Tell us, man, how was that process, bro? What propelled you to want to go and do that?
It was a few things. Well, first, thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it, for real.
No problem.
It was a few things, man. I just felt like the whole culture of hip hop, as you guys know, has always been a culture to me that's been overlooked by all the different genres of gospel. So I tell people all the time, when you think of gospel music, that's the only genre of music that have several entities in it. So you will have pop music, it's just pop. If it's rock and roll, it's rock and roll. If it's country, it's country. With gospel, you got traditional, contemporary, gospel, hip hop, gospel. I mean, there's so many different parts of the gospel. But people always, when they say gospel, they just think about traditional gospel. They don't think about the other cultures of gospel. So I want to really just do something major for the whole hip hop of gospel, because even looking at the other award shows, when they do have gospel artists come out, they only put them in one category. They all got to flow in one song together. They don't get to really promote or shine as artists. They got to do one song together. That's it, but they don't really celebrate the gospel industry. So I just want to really go all out and beyond for the whole hip hop awards, and just really show everybody that's in that culture of gospel hip hop that somebody really has their back with it, that we really pushing them. We're really marketing them. We're really promoting them. And even it's going so far, man, to get the first ever gospel hip hop BDS chart. Yes. It's stuff that was never done before, and people, of course, some people call slack because how does Stu gonna come out and get the first gospel internet BDS hip hop chart? We haven't done that. We don't, because people don't want to go outside the box of the norm or of the realm. So
them gatekeepers.
God, man. Yeah,
This is like music to my ears right now. Like, you just don't have any idea how long this has been in the making. I just thank God for you. And I don't, know you personally. This is my first time hearing of you or even hearing about this. So this is so exciting. I'm happy to be a part of this right now. I'm getting an education. I need to get my notebook out and my pen so I can write stuff down. This is amazing.
But that's why I'm glad he stepped out the box to do something different compared to the norm. I mean, there has been other, like the Holy Hip Hop Awards back in the early 2000s. I'll go as further as even in the 90s, Crewvention, Rap Fest back in the days. And so now it's time to revitalize that. And I believe that Jay is doing that through the Gospel Hip Hop Awards. And bro, like I say, I really appreciate you definitely stepping out. And when I saw the billboard, I was like, man, you know what? We need to continue this. All right. I was thinking, man, for us, like different investors or whatever, even like myself, whatever, it's like, let's have a presence, a marketing presence and help push different individual artists. And you artists who are watching, you need to be investing in yourself. And so, because we're trying to create platforms, and this is what you're doing here with this red carpet event. Matter of fact, hey, tell us about this, man. What to expect, bro?
I can't even give it away. You just
not all of it. Not all of it.
Be there. It's going to be the thing with this award show. People ask me what was the attire. I want the attire to be dressed to impress. The reason why, because I want to set a standard. Even though it's gospel hip hop, they already expecting us to come out a certain way with jeans and hoodies and pants hanging off our butts and all that. They expecting that because they hear the word hip hop. But in gospel, you got to be able to have a certain standard and how you looking at how you taking care of yourself and representing yourself. But on top of that, how you representing the whole culture of gospel. You got to separate yourself from the gospel. You can't have the gospel artists on stage looking like the baby, you know, because it's confusing the minds of the young people that's trying to really get the message. So you're already losing people because of your appearance. And that's always been one of the things that artists overall, no matter if it's gospel, hip hop, whoever, the first thing before they hear any word come out your mouth, they're looking at you first. If a girl come on stage and her dress is all ripped up, her stockings got holes and ripped, you ain't gonna hear nothing about her testimony or how God delivered her, bought her out, none of that. You like, I know this chick ain't serious. Like, you're the first thing you see, you know what I mean? So I just want everything that we do, man, I want the flow and excellence. So the red carpet is gonna be bananas. We got a lot of stations from my network is gonna be there. We're gonna be doing interviews with artists. We got TV platforms that will be airing this event even after the fact. I have 5 TV outlets that's going to be airing it. So with my show being on the Now Network, it's 239 million homes across the world, 83 countries outside the U.S. And then that's on one platform. Then I got 4 other platforms on top of that. So we're going to really push this thing, man, to a whole nother level.
That's amazing.
I just want people to, again, man, even with my magazine coming out, I had to pay tribute to DMX. You know, that was my dudes from New York. So I had to pay tribute to him on my magazine that's coming out in next week or so. And it's pushing more stuff for the gospel hip hop. So the way that I'm doing it with the marketing, the magazines, the TV, the radio stations, well, all my stations on my network. So I got 43 stations now under me. I've just been pushing it like crazy. And then on top of that, I have an e-blast that I did with 250,000 e-blasts. And I didn't do it just once. I did it twice, you know. So I just want people to know how serious I'm taking this event. And the thing is, bro, honestly, the reason why I had to go so hard with this, not so much because it's the first one and things like that, it's because when I went to a few people, I didn't have no sponsors. I don't have no backers. I don't have none of that. So I said, well, you know what? I could show them better than I could tell them. And my mindset was, they don't have to back me. They don't have to support me. They don't have to sponsor me. I don't do nothing. But I want them to be in a position where they're going to wish they did.
Oh,
there you go.
And, that's why when I did everything, as you've seen, I did everything in stages. I didn't do it all at once. So even with the flyers that I made all my own flyers. So every artist have their own flyer. We have a real one getting done with everybody, but when it came out, everybody had their own flyer. So they all can push it themselves. I want them to see that I really celebrate them for being a part of this event. The magazine that's coming out, it's going to be bananas. I can't even give it away. It's going to be crazy. And then, again, we have just so many different things I'm doing for this award show. It's mind-blowing. But again, my biggest thing was I just want people to come here, experience something like never before. I know it's going to be some, of course, spectators, which we always get. You know, people come and say, oh, he should have did this, he should have did that. I would say, well, you should have helped me, but you didn't.
Exactly.
So seriously, buy a ticket and have a seat. No.
There you go.
Okay,
there you go.
But I just really wanted the flow, man, excellence, you know, as much as I can do. And I really believe that God is putting us in position because I almost named this award show the Misfits Award. Because to me, again, the gospel hip hop is always a genre of artists that's been treated like misfits, like people don't want to accept them for whatever reason. But I always tell people, with me, I will roll with a crew of gospel hip hop artists any day over a lot of these other crews, because when you look at the hip hop community, those are guys that's really on the streets ministering. Those are guys that go to the hood and minister. Those are guys that will go out there like, yo, you smoking weed? All right, yo.
Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Like, those are the guys that would do that where everybody else is scared because they don't feel safe and they want to lock the car doors or whatever. But these hip hop artists, they live that life. They've been delivered from that life. So they know how to minister and reach those people that's still there. So that's why to me it's really important, man, to just show people that we really celebrate them. Because if you think about it, the gospel genre, again, is the only genre of music, of artists, that's losing more artists than we gain.
Man, you preaching, bro.
Yes, you preaching. I'm
If
about to
you
jump
look
on
at,
the show.
if you look at all the artists, look at Fantasia, you look at Casey JoJo, you look at Anthony Hamilton.
Brandy.
The list goes on and on.
Yes.
Gospel is the only genre that's losing artists because they won't accept them in their church. And then when you want to accept them, you want to condemn them and send them to hell. But that's a whole other show. But I'm just saying, that's why we have to really honor our people, man, because if we don't honor them, the world will.
Make sure I'm on that other show when we talk about that.
We got to definitely have you on it because, hey, you know what? Let's switch the radio on there because, again, even when you were saying, this ties into what you're saying, how again the gospel is losing these artists, but even when it comes to gospel radio, all right, they don't know how to play gospel hip hop or so. You know what I'm saying? And they're losing listeners, man. They are, and that's one of the reasons why I started my hip hop station, Tap Radio. Is 95% gospel hip hop and contemporary gospel, and that's another reason why I made sure to get that gospel hip hop chart, because when you have all these stations out here, and this is one thing that happened that really messed people up, when all these stations came out, and I'm not boasting at all, I'm just really sharing with you how everything is going. When all these internet stations started coming out to internet, and they all start now becoming BDS. I have 20 BDS in my network alone under me. Wow. So when we did it, it was like a lot of gospel artists would be lost in that whole shuffle of all these stations. But when we have our stations come, they wonder how all these gospel artists is in the top 5 or 10 spots because they was going through my network. So when I started the gospel hip hop chart, they felt like, okay, now we could bring our people back to the top because they're going over here now. But what they don't realize, I still got 14 stations over here on the regular internet hip hop chart, on the regular internet gospel chart, and I still got 6 of them out of 7 on the gospel hip hop chart. So either way it goes, we still have the power of running these charts where we can really be a blessing to the hip hop community, because what they don't realize is we don't just have them on one chart. I really have 3 charts, because we're also licensed with DRT as well. So when people don't know the digital radio tracking, we don't just have the internet gospel chart, we got the internet gospel hip hop chart, and we have a DRT as well. So they can't say that hip hop is dead. They can't say that nobody's supporting hip hop. Right. They can't say that nobody has their back, because we're showing.
It's so amazing, because just to hear you speak, imagine being a Christian hip hop artist and having to tone yourself down or try to fit your circle shape into the gospel radio square, trying to just get some airplay, or trying to get invited to the conferences, or trying to prove your Christianity to these people in order to have a platform that in your spirit and in your heart and in your mind and your soul that God has called you to deliver this message to his people. So imagine trying to buck against the very people that you're trying to be with and win souls. Imagine carrying that in addition to having to minister before God's people. That is a heavy load. I'm so thankful for you. It's so nice to meet you.
You too. But if you think about it, like I always tell people too, when Jesus went out with his disciples, he didn't grab bishops and deacons and first ladies, apostles.
Never.
He didn't grab them. He had the thugs with him. Peter was out there and what? Whoop. Like, he rolling with dudes that got that background. He knew who he had with him. Yeah, he had to show them the example of who he was without compromising who he was. So it just shows the body of Christ. If you say you are here to be like Christ, he didn't say because you're out here in the streets that you have to compromise who you are just to be around these people. Somebody has to be the light in that darkness. And if there's certain people and I'm not knocking the gospel at all, but there's certain people that's just comfortable behind the 4 walls. There's some people that's comfortable in the pulpit. But what I loved about the whole COVID thing was it brought everybody to the same time.
I love
and that's what I loved about it, because now all the people that was at the top of the food chain, or top with the radio, or top with the TV, they're all on the same exact level as the same ones that they wouldn't even talk to.
And Jay, hey, I want to add to it. No, you say they was comfortable. No, they were truly scared. Them jokers were scared. Bottom line, hey, just call a spade a spade. Y'all scared to go minister to the people in the streets, in the hoods or so. So
Right.
Real quick. Hey, this Facebook user said he used to be. I guess he walked away from gospel hip hop and so because no support or encouragement from the church. Well, hey, now you have some support here. Is you just have to go out and seek it, but here it is available for you. So whatever your reason, get back to your foundation. All right. So that's
so exciting. I'm so excited.
Carlos crazy. It's a shame the white churches. Well, hey, that's generally how Christian hip hop got supported back in the day, is through the Anglo-Saxon church, evangelicals. That's why Lecrae is a 2-time Grammy Award winner, because of the evangelicals. It is what it is. Let's call. Hey, look, I've been in this over 30 years. Alicia's been over it as well with 30 years. A1 Swift. So it's just like, look, you know what? Hey, thank God, Jay, that you're doing something like this.
Yes,
man.
This is so major.
Fellas, y'all want to say anything, man? And anybody that's watching, if you'd like to comment as well, too, feel free as well.
I don't know if King is there, but well, brother, I agree with everything that you're saying. But let me ask you this about Christian hip hop as a brand. Do you feel like, with all of your efforts, with everything that you're trying to do you think that there still needs to be more unity within the Christian hip hop culture? Because it still seems like it's still trying to define itself even after 30 some odd years.
Yeah. Well, the problem is it's not even just gospel hip hop. It's gospel period.
Exactly.
Gospel period.
Because
oh my God.
the fact of the matter is, you have so many people that's been in music in the gospel realm for 30, 40, 50 years. Mm-hmm. You don't see them bringing nobody else with them to open up, to tour, to do different things. When you see the industry, the secular industry, you'll see 50 Cent go and grab somebody else and be like, yo, I'm going to have this dude come up on stage. I want to bring him to the music fest, and I'm going to have him open up before Fat Joe and everybody else. Or you can see them grabbing these young dudes, the baby and everybody else, and really mentoring them and talking to them and schooling them on a business. And the reason why is because they're secure where they are.
There you go.
They're secure with themselves. The gospel industry, I hate to say it, but they're not secure with themselves.
They're not, bro.
One of the problems is gospel don't pay like the secular. We all know that. But at the same time, if you got a Kirk Franklin, or Fred Hammond, or Yolanda Adams, or Mary, who's been doing this for 150 years, why can you not come back and grab the next generation and let them come out and do that? Because they still trying to get that bag themselves.
Come on now.
You know what? What's funny and I guess confirmation with what you're saying, I posted a couple of weeks ago, I forget the guy's name now, very popular gospel producer. But he said that, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And he basically said that, think of gospel, the gospel superstars, it's like maybe it's 10 of them. And the reason that they don't pull up anybody is because they realize that because gospel is such a small box, whoever they pull up is going to replace them. Mm-hmm. And they don't want to be replaced.
But see, that's the downfall.
And because it's not enough room.
But see, that's the downfall. Because the reason why I say it's a downfall, and I'm just going to use Kirk. I'm not knocking Kirk. I'm just going to use Kirk because everybody know Kirk. If Kirk Franklin is this heavy hitter, the legend of gospel, he been breaking generations forever. Kirk will still make money off of writing a song for the next person. Mm-hmm. He will still make money for producing a song for the next. He does it for Tamla Man. He does it for everybody else. They still can make their money off of other things. And what a lot of people don't know, you have people like a Warren Campbell, Eric Dawkins from Dawkins and Dawkins, and other guys who don't just produce for Mary. They produce for the Braxtons and a lot of other secular artists as well. And Warren is a pastor.
Warren used to be on death row.
Right. And he's a pastor, and but he knows how to separate business. And the problem with the church folks, they don't know how to separate business from ministry. It's a difference. It's a difference between
I've been saying that.
and a ministry, because you always could be a man of God. You can always be a woman of God. You got Snoop up here who smoke every day, but first thing he said, give honor to God who's ahead of my life for winning it, because I know if it wasn't for God, I'll be dead right now. You know?
The gospel industry and the folks, it's just so much judgment. And that gets in the way. It gets in the way. I'm so thankful for you. I just want to let you talk. Go ahead and talk some more, bro. Talk some more. You just go ahead and talk.
One of my slogans is that I always tell my network and I tell artists that I work with, you got to surround yourself with kingdom-minded folks versus church-minded folks.
There you go.
When you put yourself with church-minded folks, the church-minded folks are the judgmental folks who's going to knock you just because your jeans don't look good or your shirt look good or whatever. But when you come in there with a kingdom-minded folks, they'll realize, greater is he that is in thee than he that's in the world. They'll look at the inside. They'll look at the inner man. They'll look at what you have going on and why you're there. They will see that your heart is pure. That you're coming to seek something. You're coming for help without judgment. That's the kingdom-minded folks.
Correct.
But the church-minded folks don't care what you're there for, because they sit there judging themselves, and then they wonder why their lives are messed up.
Come on now.
They wonder why they parties, groups, and choirs. They're preaching a good thing. They're singing a good thing. They're teaching a good thing, but they home being abused.
Come on.
Because their hearts are not pure, and then they look at a man who don't have a lot of anything, but he don't have to stress like they stress because he's surrounding himself in a different environment. So it's a lot, man, that goes with that stuff.
Hey, King,
and it's about the
longevity.
It's about the longevity. It's about the longevity of passing that torch to the next generation, so that the gospel and the kingdom goes forward. It moves forward, and we have been so off course with that. That's why we're losing everybody. Oh my goodness.
Hey, King, go ahead, jump in, man. You done, unless you froze up. Yeah, man, you froze. All right. Hey, but yeah, wow. Hey, guys. Hey, if y'all want to comment or any questions, feel free. Man, Jay Williams is dropping some hacks here, some bombs. Seriously, I believe in calling a spade a spade. It is what it is.
Boulders, okay? Yes.
I just believe, I'm a strong believer, man. Even like I said, it's not even just gospel hip hop; it's gospel overall.
Gospel period.
I agree.
Because again, if you think about the gospel community and you think about the secular community, why is it that everybody that's gospel that made it to the major level, where do they go when their music stops selling? Into radio.
Now
they stop on a radio station.
Politics.
Secular artists, you ain't seen them get no jobs in a radio station. Why? Because when they came out, they know how different people was around them to say, look, we get our sneaker line, we get our clothing line, we get this. On top of that, we start our own label, and then we bring up the next generation of artists. Even though I'm still popping, I'm going to bring 3 more guys with me that's popping at the same time. So now I can fall back slowly, and my artist is still going to bring money and revenue to me.
Longevity.
Artists don't have that mindset because they're so busy judging people on who's doing what, and they trying to stay relevant themselves.
There you go.
Now, this will be my question to people, and I know people going to hate Jay Williams. It's all because of you, bro. This is my question that I have with radio.
We got your back, buddy.
Yeah, man, we got you. Yeah, because they hate me too. Hey, but I don't care.
This is the problem that I have with gospel people. Some gospel people. I ain't going to say all. Some of them. If you know the gospel music is fading away, if you know that gospel is not being supported on radio like it should, if you know that gospel is not getting the props that it should, why don't more of these famous people don't work at the stations but own a station?
Churches.
Right.
Why don't the people come together and own their own stations? So now, on top of you owning a station, now you bring employment to people.
Yes.
Now your music is staying relevant. When you hear the same 5 or 10 songs all day long, because now you have a bigger audience where instead of only having, I'm in ATL, we got 1 gospel station in ATL. We got about 10 secular stations.
Yes.
Why is there only 1 station? You got all these gospel artists crying that nobody's playing them, supporting them, playing their music.
Preach, bro.
How can they support and play your music when you only got 1 station?
102.9.
Get behind somebody else and create your own station to bring that avenue in.
Ooh,
That's
you talking
how
real good. You talking real good. You talking
Exactly,
real good.
Carlos. We need a death row records of gospel industry battle. Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
but it's true though. Like if you look at it, all the gospel artists, they all end up working at radio stations, while the secular artists is out here with clothing. They got their
Yes.
kids got stuff named after them.
Yes.
Their kids are on these
Yes.
streets, they ain't even born yet. But in the gospel,
Right,
Longevity.
Alonzo.
they still trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I think
Woo.
You
with
know,
the gatekeepers, the gatekeepers don't realize that the gates are getting rusted and it's time to replace them.
We're about to tear them
Yep.
things down. Hey,
You
go
know,
ahead,
it's a lot.
man.
you know, it's funny. It just made me think of something. You know, another difference between secular and non-secular. We all know gospel artists are broke.
Right.
We all know that you could go platinum in gospel and still have to have a job at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And so that whole mentality, it's almost like something is perverted, something is wrong, that gospel artists, traditional gospel artists, can't think of more revenue streams other than singing in church, doing a concert,
Right.
or ministering.
But I think
I do
that's
quotes when I say ministering because it really ain't ministering.
No,
but
it's entertainment.
they're allowing tradition to stand in their own way. They stand in their own way because they're worrying about if somebody's going to think they're saved enough, or is this God, or is this Christian. So we stand in our own way of progress. We stand in our own way of doors that God opens for us. We get in our own way, worrying about, is the church going to be okay with what I do, or are they going to be satisfied? Because they don't want to, like you said, they're broke, they're trying to stay relevant. So if the church doesn't back them or support them or invite them, then what are they going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it sounds like they are victims of systematic oppression and want to be plantation politics of the church. But that is another
Plantation
show.
politics.
That's another
I love
show.
it.
I need to be on that show too. So that's two.
Jay, man, we got to bring you back on this, man, because this is what we do here on the Music Industry
this needs
Makeover,
to be a whole series, like
for real.
Seriously,
I'm going to throw Jay an underhanded pitch here because I know my brother is about to get your pen and paper out, so I'm about to throw him an underhanded pitch. Mr. J, can you talk to artists about why their music needs to be as quality as possible and why they cannot get a pass just because they're gospel? Let's talk about quality of production.
All right. Yes, that's easy. Would you buy something that sounds like trash?
Right.
Hey, you said it was easy.
I told you it was an underhanded pitch, didn't I?
Because the thing is, if you hear a song, I'll say if Beyonce come up with a song, all those Beyonces, Beehives, or whatever, but if the song is not a Beyonce status, they're not gonna buy that song. If you have a Taylor Swift come out with a song that's like whatever, her supporters are not gonna buy that song. Beyonce is one of the top artists in the world. Chris Brown, top artist in the world. But they realize they have to keep their music at a certain standard. And the reason why for independent artists, and I tell them artists this stuff all the time, I don't want to hear songs that you did in your kitchen. I don't want to hear songs you did while water's running from the toilet or whatever. I don't want to hear that. I don't want a picture submitted to me with you in the background sitting by a car like you in jail. Like that's not a CD cover. You have to, because most artists, and this is God's honest truth, most artists don't realize the reason why radio people won't take you serious because you're not taking yourself serious.
That's a real good point.
If you don't take yourself serious, you can't expect me or anybody else in the industry to take you serious. If I come to you and I say, hey man, I got me a hot CD, you gotta go cop it, it's amazing. Yo, let me check out the CD cover. Let me check out the CD. And I'm giving you a plastic case with no cover, where I took a marker and wrote my name on the CD.
Come on now. I've seen many of them.
who is this? Then if you leave and I leave you, you're not even gonna know who I am. You're gonna look at a CD with a name on it, but you ain't gonna remember who I am.
Yep.
Because my presentation wasn't correct. If an artist approach you and a presentation is correct, you're gonna always remember that artist.
Yes.
So that's the girl that had the pink fur coat on. She had her hair twisted. It was something about her that stood out. You know what I mean? Because it was just the way that people present themselves. If they present themselves on that quality, on that status, with a CD cover, they spent money on a CD cover. Artists, please hear me. You have to spend money on a real photographer. You have to make sure the graphics looks professional. You have to make sure whoever the producer is of your song knows how to produce. Don't hook up with him because that's your cousin JoJo and he's charging $20 because now your production quality is going to sound like a $20 production.
Come on.
Versus you invest the money into yourself with a real producer who understand what is required by the industry to even get played on radio. And I think a lot of artists, they want to use the excuse, well, I don't have the money for this. One of my things I always tell artists, do not, please artists hear me wherever you are, do not take 10, 20 grand and do a whole CD and you're coming out with songs every 2 weeks and nobody even heard the first one.
Come on, bro.
You're dropping songs left and right, and we don't even know who you are. We didn't even get to hear the first track you put out last week, and you dropped a whole nother track this week, and then you got another track the next week.
Say that again. Say that again for the people in the back, Jay.
Way back.
So, like this is real stuff that we see all the time, and I always tell artists this: you have to take time to really take one song. And if you got all these songs and you feel like the song is hot, even if you record them in the studio, yo, I think this one's a banger. I would suggest to any artist, have a listening party first. Before you release anything, record your stuff, quality, good recording. Have a listening party in your local city, town. Get some radio people that you know about.
Come on, bro.
Set up a listening party on Clubhouse. Do something. Get some feedback. And then when they say, well, I think that's the song right there. That's the song you need to focus on. Get the CD cover for it. Make sure it's registered, not just copywritten, not just with BMI. Make sure it's registered, it's marked. Just make sure it's registered, it's coded. Everything has to take presidency when you're putting out any music, because artists think now if they do a song and I got it copywritten, I'm good to go.
Man,
but then we play your music, it's not showing up nowhere in the charts.
Nowhere. No metadata or nothing.
You know, and so these are certain things, man. Artists, please, you have to make sure whatever you put out, please have a professional picture done, a professional CD cover laid out, a professional production of your song, because you only get one chance to make a first impression. And I'm going to tell you, when you send me a song, and if I hear it and it don't sound good, I don't care. Your second song may be popping. I won't never get to find out. Because the first impression to me was that you wasn't serious enough to invest in yourself the first time. So why should I take a chance to listen to you on the second or the third CD? Because you're not taking yourself serious. So it's very important.
That man, again, I had you on here too, definitely to promote this, but but also for us when it comes to marketing and promotions, you're actually doing this. You are investing in yourself. So for us putting out this event, I mean, you pretty much always have done it. So, but even on this level, and it's how important it is for you artists to market and promote yourself, invest money. All right, because that's where your biggest budget is coming from. All right, now again, I don't know all the particulars of what Jay has spent or so, but again, I saw that billboard and I saw some of the other things he's doing. Hey, man, that brother's putting out some money. Okay, so he's walking the talk.
Yeah,
all right,
and these awards are not cheap.
Oh yeah, man. Hey.
I ain't gonna go there, but these awards are not cheap. I'm only playing, but I really spent some money. Honestly, I spent probably way over 10 grand on this award show.
Wow. Honestly, do y'all hear that? Hear that? Man.
I'm serious. Like, and I know for some people that have been doing awards for 20, 30 years, that's a low budget to them. But this is my first. I always did showcases and events in Vegas and all that. But this is my first award show. So I didn't want artists to travel from New York, LA, California, Texas, Ohio, and they walking away with awards like this. Like that's not I'm serious. That's not showing artists that I really appreciate their gift.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for this bottle of water. Without God, this water wouldn't have been
God
possible.
said He gonna quench my thirst, and He meant it. I just really wanted people to know how serious I am about what I'm doing. And again, I want artists to know how much I really value them and I respect them, even if other people don't. I want them to feel when they come to this Gospel Hip Hop Awards, man, Jay went all out. Like you could see that he spent money on this thing, and you can see that he really invested. You can see he spent a lot of time on this. Even the venue that we're using, man. When I tell you, the venue itself is amazing. They even were so excited. They redid the whole stage, so now the stage is 3 times bigger than what it was.
Wow.
Brand new sound system. I mean, brand spanking new sound system. The lighting is. When you come to the Hip Hop Awards,
I'm looking forward to this.
You're gonna feel like you at an award show.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's not gonna be like you in the church setting, and it's gonna
right.
You're gonna be rocking out at this award.
Right, exactly.
I am looking forward to this. Yes, man.
I'm excited.
Oh man, y'all, man, Jay, bro, man, to God be the glory.
Yes, absolutely.
Those who are watching May 21st, 22nd, come on out. All right, down there in Conyers, Georgia, man, go ahead and get your tickets. Okay, go get your tickets. The gospelhiphopawards.com, the gospelhiphopawards.com. Go on there. I'm looking forward to definitely being there. Me and DJ Al Rock Jesus. As a matter of fact, yeah, he's going to be DJing the things. Yes. Oh man!
Oh my God! I can't wait.
Yes, man. Hey, and I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of y'all down there as well. Hey, look, make your way, especially those who are there in Atlanta. Man, look, there's no reason for you not to be there.
And then we got Griff from Erica Campbell hosting the show.
Oh man!
You already know Griff from Erica Campbell is going to kill it. The Friday night we having a pre-show. We got about 6 or 7 artists the night before. We got some comedians coming through. It's going to be crazy because I didn't want people to be music out with just so much music. But the night before, for all those coming to town that Friday, we're going to have some comedians. We're going to have some artists. It's going to be a nice meet and greet situation. So artists, you definitely want to come out, network with some of the radio stations, personally, face to face, get your music to them, get their contact information. That's the reason I'm doing this event. And
hey, Jay, we got a question there too. Will it be pre-recorded for later purchase?
Yes, definitely. It's going to be recorded that night. We have the church itself. You're going to see cameras everywhere. We definitely recording it. And like I said, it's going to be aired on 5 different TV outlets, even after the fact. But it will be recorded that night.
Wow. Man, that's all I can say is praise God for your vision and you stepping out on faith. And again, you're walking the walk. All right. Unlike many others out there, so that talk a good game. I mean, you're actually doing it, and that's why I definitely want to support this. And let's take this to the next level because I'm like, wow. That's all I can say is wow.
No, I really appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate all you guys for having me on here. I really do.
Yeah, this is so awesome.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. And also, for those watching, November 6th, I'm having the first ever Quartet and Choir Award show.
Oh, wow.
November 6th.
Wow.
The first ever choir and quartet. So you can go on my page. You'll see it under C&Q Awards 1.com. The website is up. Nominations are open right now for that award show. It's going to be November 6th in ATL. It's going to be crazy because, again, to me, choirs and quartet is a foundation, period, of gospel.
Mm-hmm.
And so for those people to be overlooked again and not appreciated is a slap in the face to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that it's my duty. It's never been about showboating with me. It's about my duty as being a man of God, a man of integrity, to sow seed into these people. That's important until years. And that's just where my heart is at. So November 6th, it's gonna be crazy. The first ever choir and quartet award show. Nominations are open right now at cnqawards1.com. cnqawards1.com.
Wow,
It's
Jay.
so amazing. And I
That's
just want to
dope,
say
man.
real
That's
quick,
dope.
Ronald, before you end the show, I know we got 5 minutes left, but just as a Christian hip hop artist from the 90s, in the beginning of the genre,
The foundation.
thank you for taking those bold and brave steps and just being obedient despite and regardless of what people say, and just pressing forward. I'm just so appreciative and grateful and thankful that you are leading this path and leading this charge to officially bring gospel music, and not just Christian hip hop, but gospel music as a whole, to showcase what it can be, what it should be, what it was meant to be. Thank you
Right.
so
Alicia,
much.
I appreciate you.
I'm so sorry, Alicia.
Yeah, we ain't laughing at
Jay,
you.
Jay,
Carlos.
Jay,
That's
look,
Carlos, man.
let me
Jay,
tell
you need to
something,
have
Jay.
Carlos on, Jay.
Yeah, Jay, you need to link up with Big Los, man, because he's an
Yeah.
idiot, but he'll be a great host.
Hey,
He's straight ignorant. He's straight ignorant.
hey, he knows grip. Yeah, I think he do well.
But I really appreciate you, though, Miss Alicia. I really do.
Please just call me Alicia. Don't say Miss, because that's going to make me feel old, and I don't want to feel that way.
Right, she's 23.
I don't want to end my evening that way.
No it's all you, Queen. It's all you.
Queen OG, that's her name.
Thank you. Thank you.
But seriously, I really appreciate you guys having me on here. I don't take it lightly or for granted. Seriously. I appreciate it.
Well, Jay, look, we serious about having you back on, man. All right, man, because I'm like, because I definitely respect what it is that you're doing. You have my support, bro. And I know when we was in a couple of the clubhouses, man, hey, man, you was communicating very well on there, but they didn't really even want to hear that because they was just trying to, just go a different route. But man, you was going in just like you did tonight. So yeah, man. Praise God.
Appreciate it. You trying to get me in trouble.
Man.
Ron will do that, man.
I ain't doing it.
Man, hey, look, bro, hey, trust me, hey, I done been around the block, and again, that's why I may not connect with certain ones in the industry, whatever, which is cool because again, it is what it is. I just call a spade a spade. But man, thank you so much, guys. The Gospel Hip Hop Awards, okay, May 21st, May 22nd. Have your face in the place, okay? Man, matter of fact, if you can't make it, if you want to bless somebody, whatever, man, just again, help this brother right here, because as you heard what he said, $10,000, maybe even more, he's invested in this. What have you as an artist done for your music? And then you want free advertisement and promotion from DJs like us now.
Hey, Jay, this is what I want you to do, man. I want you to inbox. I'm going to reach out to you. Inbox me all of your promo stuff, man. I'm going to put it all on my platforms, and I'm going to share your stuff. We need to push this, man, because I really want you to succeed in this and hit a home run on that first one. And if I absolutely show up, I want my bottle of water award.
I got you covered.
Well, when you get that information, put it in our group so we can all share it individually.
Absolutely.
Hey, Jay, stay on the line, Jay, before we leave. Alicia, you ought to come on down, since you always in the car driving and things, hey, Kentucky got what?
He put your business out in the street. You see what he just did?
He did do that, He did do that. It's all good, though. It's all good.
She know I love it. It's all good. Hey, man, look, I'm looking forward to this.
I'm in my mind going over my calendar, like, okay, what's going on?
I see. trying to rearrange some things.
Okay, so May. Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking.
Yeah, I even got that day off, so it's like, we heading out there Friday because it's a 9-hour drive for us. So, hey, I'm looking forward to this. All right. Well, hey, look again, huh?
I'm saying it's gonna be amazing. We got 2 15-passenger vans coming down from Jersey. We got a van load coming from Milwaukee. We got people coming from upstate New York. We got people coming from LA, from California, LA, California. We got people from Ohio, Indiana, everywhere. Like, it's gonna be amazing. I have a meeting this weekend with Can Jones, 1K Few, and a lot more this weekend coming up.
Good.
We're discussing some other things. And just so you guys know, shout out to my man MC Nice. They have a great festival going on in LA, September 17th and 18th. And what I'm trying to do with that, I had a meet with Nice already. there's another guy named Jim in Bronx, New York. He has a Bronx Fest he does every year. I'm trying to incorporate a meeting with all three of us to really move the culture in a major way. Where if they got a Bronx Fest in New York, I got the Hip Hop Awards in ATL, they got the Gospel Festival in LA. There's no reason we can't do nothing together.
That's amazing.
Hey, is the one in New York? Is he trying to revitalize Rap Fest?
I believe so.
Oh yes, man. Rap Fest has been around for 20 years, and yeah, man. Oh yeah, wow.
That's great.
Tickets. They get tickets at the gospelhiphopawards.com, right?
Yes, sir. They go on the website. There's a tag right there that says buy tickets. They'll also go in there and see all the performers that's on there. Just hit the performance button. You'll get a little snippet. The flyers that I made just have a little snippet of what the artist's going to bring that night. We even have a liturgical dance crew that's going to change the whole atmosphere. Yes.
Wow.
At a hip hop award, we got a liturgical dance crew that's going to shut it down. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Wow. Wow. Well, guys, yeah, there it is. Not the space. Matter of fact, hold on. Yeah, I messed that up. Man, hey, yes, go and get it. All right, go get your tickets. Let's support. Let's be intentional about supporting. Okay.
Yeah.
Be intentional. Okay, not just saying, "Oh yeah, man, God bless you," such and such, because you know how some of us can be. You know, when the rubber meets the road. Okay, are you really going to support? Because you want somebody to support your music, right? So hey, so when it's somebody else, hey, it is what it is.
Right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, hey, look, we're not gonna take too much more of your time, Jay. Like I say, just hold on. So I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Music Industry Makeover. Y'all know how we get down. Alicia, any last words?
I'm so excited. I'm so thankful to have been a part of this podcast this evening. Ronald, thank you. Jay, thank you. I'm just looking forward to everything that's going to blossom from this. So thank you.
There you go. Hey, Ray.
You know, Jay, I sent you a friend request, and I realize now that Ron must have been talking to you that I was going to ask for free tickets. That's why you ain't accept my friend request. We'll talk about that later. I know what Ron's doing.
Nah,
brother. On seriously, I commend you for taking that leap of faith.
Yes,
and it's like when in the New Testament you're launching into the deep, man. And I got nothing but respect for that, brother.
Yeah,
I really do. So
definitely, man. Hey, Jay. Hey, again, I've known you for a couple of years now, I guess, or so. And hey, yeah, I need to see you my shows because man, hey, man, look, I've been busy, man. I've been doing podcasts. I've been producing podcasts. It's like, man, doing a radio show. Hey, man, I'm gonna get back on my grind. But man, again, hey, you have my support, brother. All right, and thank you so much for definitely doing this, man. As a pioneer in this for over 30 years or so, man, this is a vision that I pray for it to come to pass.
Yes, Lord.
Right? So, man, hey, and again, and what's so unique is again, it's not about me or anyone else, Alicia, this and that. It's just again, it's about somebody taking the reins and moving forward. We're growing together.
Yes.
All right, growing is all about Christ. He is the ultimate superstar.
Right.
Bottom line. So, yeah, exactly, Carlos. Let's complete, not compete.
Facts.
Let's complete. Hey, we learned that Tuesday night. Yes. Hey, make that T-shirt, Los. Hey, let's complete, not compete.
Right.
Most definitely. Oh man, I love it. Love it. All right. Well, hey, look, all things unfortunately must come to an end, but God's love never ends. Remember, you matter in the kingdom of God, so don't compare yourself or your ministry to anyone else. Just do what God's called you to do, and you'll be just fine. All right. Hey, you all stay safe out there. Be blessed, and we'll see you for another segment on the podcast, the Music Industry Makeover. All right. Peace. Hey, Jay, stay on the line now.